Okay, we will get started. Good morning, happy Wednesday. You can come to lay on your backs. Just right away, as always, settling into that comfortable position where you can completely let the floor and the mat support the weight of your body. Just make any adjustments here. Shift around, tuck your shoulders under. Maybe close your eyes. And then just begin to find those deep belly breaths. In through the nose. And out through the nose. Good. Breathing in, let your ribs expand. Chest rises. Exhale, shoulders soften away from your ears. Back body gets heavier. Okay, take a few more cycles of breath, just like that. And just maintaining that rhythm. And then before we start to move around our fingers and toes, you can just rock the head side to side. Feel your neck, your shoulders. And just working into any tightness there. Do a couple more on each side. Good, so come back through center, fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Start to move them around, wake yourself up here. Draw the heels together at the back of the mat, arms up overhead. Take a nice long inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, relax. Good, one more just like that, breathing in. And breathing out. Good, we're gonna keep the arms up overhead and then feet are right together. So walk both your feet to the bottom left corner, right ankle on top, or to the bottom left corner. And then hands to top left corner. You can hold on to the right wrist. So we should be feeling this in the right side body. Bring the chin away from the chest. And try to become expansive through that right side on your inhales. Soften on your exhales. Okay, just be mindful that your right shoulder and your right hip aren't lifting up off of the mat. Try to keep them rooted. And you're just breathing into that sensation. This will be on this side for 3 more cycles of breath. And then at the end of the third, come back through center, take your time, and transition all the way to the opposite side, bottom and top right corners of the mat. Slow inhales, slower exhales. Good, settle in here. Last 3 cycles of breath. Good, so end of that last breath, back through center. Let's take one more full body stretch here. Inhale, reach, point the toes. Exhale to relax, step the feet onto the mat, and then draw the knees in toward the chest. Good, arms around the shins, hug the thighs in tight. Good, press down through your lower back, relax the shoulders. Good, and just any movement here that feels good, maybe rocking side to side, especially if you have any tension in your low back here, you can trace circles with the lower back. Good, just a few more. And then as you come back through center, you're going to keep the right knee in. Extend your left leg out long. Interlace the fingers on top of that right shin for our wind relieving pose. And then same thing, you can, if you like, slide the thigh from side to side, sort of massaging through your hip, your lower back. You can trace circles with the hip. Just slow, mindful movements here to start our day. Just trying to create a little more space in the body. And do a few more. Not here for too long. Good, now come back through center, left hand to the outside of the right thigh, drawing that right thigh across into a spinal twist. And just to your range of motion, so if you want to use something underneath your knee, like a pillow or a block, you can always go ahead and do that. Heavy through both of the shoulders, maybe taking the gaze to the right. And breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. And last couple breaths. And mindfully making your way back through center. Knees hug in, arms around the shins, and squeeze. Good. This time left knee in, right leg long. Right into the second side of your wind relieving pose. Movement, if that's what feels good today. And if you are finding movement, try to link that movement with your breathing. Good. Last 3 cycles of breath. And then finding the same transition, so heading into that spinal twist, right hand to the outer thigh. Might be a little bit different on this side. Try to fill up the lowest part of your belly on the inhales. Good, emptying completely on your exhales. And so settle into this one for 3 more. And end of the third, take your time, heavy shoulders, come back, hug both knees in, and squeeze. Okay, lower both of your feet so they're mat distance apart. So feet are nice and wide. You can tee your arms out here, and then just let both of your knees fall to the left. Take your gaze to the right. So just a more gentle twist here. Good, and let's switch it up, just evening everything out. Knees over to the right side, looking left. Beautiful. All right, come back. Recenter your hips here. Feet are hip distance. Extend the sole of the right foot up. Flex the toes. And now just interlace your hands on the back of that right leg. Little hamstring stretch. Soften the shoulders and just use the strength in your biceps to draw that right leg in. Good, so we're not here for long, so you want to target the outer into the outer thigh and the inner thigh as well. So starting here, let's start to bring the leg about 6 inches over to the left. If you like, you can extend your left leg here. Keep the foot flexed. And then really root down through the back of that right hip. We're just here for about 4 cycles of breath. So end of the 4th breath. Coming back through center. If you want, you can plant that left foot again. But we're bringing the leg about 6 inches out to the right. And really try to keep those toes curled back toward the face to deepen the stretch. You can also do this with a strap looped around your foot if that makes it easier or just more accessible rather. I'd come back through center. Plant the left foot, release the hands, turn the toes out to the right, right ankle, top of the left thigh. So you have that figure 4 shape. You're moving into a thread the needle. So option to stay or float the left foot up. Strap around the back of the left thigh or interlacing your hands. Try and just be mindful of your neck and your shoulders. You want them to be soft. And try to root down through your low back. And try to direct your exhales directly into that right hip, right into the tension, letting it just fade away. Three more cycles of breath here. So end of the third, feet to the mat. You can give your knees a really slow, gentle sway again if you like. Sort of resetting. And then back through center, left foot reaches up. Take those hands and interlace them on the back of the thigh. So again, just starting with the hamstring stretch. Really deep breaths here at center to start. Get right into any tension. The last 3 cycles before we move on to the outer thigh. And keeping the hands interlaced, you can extend the right leg if you like. Sliding leg 6 inches over to that right side. And long inhales. Slow down the exhales. Come back through center. Last one here. Inner thigh. Your leg comes out to the left. Beautiful. Make your way back. Good. Hold here at center for a deep breath in. A long breath out, step that right foot onto the mat, release the hands, find your figure four, heading into a thread the needle. So just moving into this at your own pace. Try not to rush anything. Keep the hips neutral. Relax the shoulders. Make sure you're breathing here. Oftentimes we can start to hold the breath in these sort of deeper hip openers, so just be mindful of that. And we'll stay here for 3 more. So end of the third. Again, feet down. Give your knees a sway with the feet wide. And then as your knees come back through center, keep your feet to their mat distance apart. And just let your knees fall inwards. You can bring your hands onto your stomach if you like. Just sort of neutralizing our lower backs. Good, so from here, separate the knees, walk your feet back so they are hip distance, and we're gonna come into the figure four shape again. So right ankle to the top of your left thigh, but this time we're moving into a twist. So both of your legs will fall over to the left. The right foot can plant right onto the floor. If it doesn't, slide a block or a book or a cushion underneath. Extend the right arm and turn your gaze to the right. So feeling this still in the right hip, maybe more through that right side body, all the way up to the underarm. Really expansive breathing here. And now carefully come back through center. Feet back down onto the mat. Square off your hips and head into the opposite side. Left ankle to the right thigh. Legs come over to the right. Good. Left arm reaches away. Take 4 more of your deepest breaths so far. Good. So at the end of your 4th breath, same transition, carefully rising. Feet to the mat. Recenter the hips. Give the knees a little sway here if you like. Good. So something a little bit different this morning. You're going to bring the soles of the feet right together. So we will be coming into our reclined cobbler's pose, but we're going to do some sort of movement with that first. So your feet are right together. So on a count of 3, you're going to let your knees fall open. So they open for 1, 2, 3. Now from a count of 15, so 1, 5, you're going to bring your knees back together. So really be mindful. You're counting to 15. I'll count out loud for the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You really have to use your inner thighs here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You might notice a shake. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to do that 4 more times. So you're opening for 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees together for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you're going to do that 3 more times on your own, just counting in your head. Really use those inner thighs to bring the knees together, embracing any shaking that's happening. Good, you've got 2 more here. Last one. So at the end of your last one, knees are together, and then just slowly let your knees fall open and extend the legs out long. Bring your arms alongside, tuck your shoulders under. And just settle right into stillness, taking some deep breaths. I'm just making any adjustments so you can become really heavy once more here. All right, so this is where I will leave you. I'll be back next week on Tuesday at 8 a.m. And have a wonderful day, Jeff.
Thanks a lot, Andy. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. Have a great rest of your week.
Yeah, you too. That was great. Thanks.